Who packs the heaviest?
I have no idea. Let's just say Cade.
TJ talked about it all season, wanting you to be aggressive and assertive. What does that mean to you beyond just catching and shooting?
Yeah, it just means being aggressive in all areas of the game, and he also often talks about how getting started on the defensive end by getting a rebound or pushing the ball in transition, and then things seem to flow easier when that's the case. And just getting downhill when I can and hitting the open shot, but really just making the right play. He said there's no wrong answers in that area, so that means a lot that he says that about that.
Do you feel like you're pushing the envelope and he keeps asking for more, or I guess what is that back and forth between the two of you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just more and more, and more is always good in that case. So he said, like I just mentioned, he said there's no wrong moves that I can make as long as I'm aggressive. So I think that's something you want to hear from your coach, and something I've really enjoyed hearing this year.
Have you tried to push that limit ever? Like, how aggressive, what is it like you can do?
I mean, I would say I pushed that limit in high school a lot, but since going to college, not as much. But here, it's really just taking the open shot, driving whenever I can, and if I get the rebound, bringing it up. There's really no limits to what he says I can or can't do, so just really anything.
The two Tennessee State guards look to be similar in stature to you. A matchup like that defensively, what do you look forward to in that?
Yeah, I mean, they're two really good players. They make shots, and I'm really looking forward to guarding them coming off the bench. And then either one, they're both good, so they bring different things, but it'll be fun.
Tell me more about the travel situation. How you guys got here?
We just met at the airport, landed in St. Louis, took a bus here, and then that's it. Pretty simple.
How are you guys staying loose?
Just having fun outside of the game. I think the game at this time of year can get a little bit stressful, but the time we spend outside of the gym is where we really bond, and I think that's where you stay loose as well.
You got any things lined up?
I think just practice tomorrow. I'm familiar. I've played here a lot with you and I, so just excited to get back here.
To show your guys around?
I haven't, other than the arch, I don't really know too much, but it'll be fun.
Is that stress amplified, knowing that every game could be the last of your college career?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit of that, but every single game we play this year has a lot of ramifications. So it's really no different. But obviously, you can tell that there's a certain urgency to how we play and how we want to keep playing. So I would say there's a little bit of a difference.
Nate, Coach talked about you guys playing at a faster tempo, maybe unlocking some things for you guys offensively. How have you seen that kind of start to matriculate onto the court in games?
Yeah, we had a meeting after that Arizona game when it just felt like everything was slow and our offense wasn't clicking like it did earlier in the year. And the way you see it show up is how we get the ball out of the net if they make it or if we push it when they miss it. And the way that we just move so much faster, we run the floor instead of walking up the court. And I think that's made a big change, especially in Joshua's game where he can bring it and he can not see as many bodies in front of him when we get in transition. So I think those are the ways.
In the half court, you mentioned screening being a big influence in that. How have you seen screening be something that's really started to influence you guys positively?
Yeah, it's been a real big emphasis for us the last couple of weeks with Joshua, with really anybody, Killian, me, myself, and the way that screening gets other people open, and that's how we try to play as unselfish as we can. So when we're screening and we're playing physical, I think those lead to the good results.
Joshua's just the 5th consensus All-American in program history. How cool is it to be a part of that season?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really cool stat. Obviously, it's very rare, and playing alongside a guy like that it's really been an honor, and I've benefited a lot from playing with him and the way he passes the ball and scores the ball, and just being along for the ride it means a lot. And obviously, he's a great player, and ever since he came back last summer from injury and I saw him for the first time, I wouldn't have been surprised if you had told me that he ended up being one.
What is that?
Just the way he came out the first practice, and you don't see that height and that skill combined very often. And oftentimes you see a guy his size who really doesn't have much skill, more athletic, but he can really combine every aspect of the game.
Obviously, being a senior, what have you told the freshmen what to expect in March Madness?
Yeah, it's only my second trip to March Madness, and last year was a little bit up and down for the team, but I think they also have a sense of urgency of knowing that they obviously know that they'll have more opportunities going forward, but it won't be the same opportunities with the same players. And I think they take advantage of knowing that because they really enjoy playing. We enjoy playing as a team, but Just taking every game like we did to start the year and how we were doing well, just keeping it the same, not trying to do anything different or too much.
You mentioned you and I a little bit earlier. How cool is it to see them get in the NCAA tournament this year?
Yeah, really cool. And I'm excited that we played before them, so our team can watch them play St. John's afterwards and talk to a few of them because we obviously played St. John's earlier in the year. But really cool to see. All those guys deserve it, and the coaches deserve it. So definitely proud of them.
Did you, Croft and KG, pack any Panther gear? Or? No, nothing.
No Panther gear, not enough room in the suitcase.